Hey everyone, how's it going? Got a quick video for you here today. If I could have one knife for the rest of my life, so just one knife, what would that knife be? This is a question I had in my mind for quite a while. I didn't really want to make this video for a few reasons. Typically, when I watch these kind of videos, I see all the time people are like, well, that was the dumb decision. You should have chose this knife or this knife. Listen, this is personal preference. All these knives have seen a lot of pocket time in my pocket, so if you get mad at the end selection, sucks to be you, I guess. Anyways, these knives are all the knives I have carried the most out of my collection, and we'll just go through them, and yeah, I'll see which one I would carry at the very end, or carry for the rest of my life, use for everything. Because all these knives have been through literally everything: food prep, EDC, survival. Well, not self-defense, but it could be used if you needed it. I don't know. I look at more knives as a tool, not a weapon. But anyways, beside all that, let's get right into it. So I'm not going to go in any particular order. Let's start with this one. So this here is the Azula. It's a skeletonized knife, great for pocket carry. I love this knife. It's served a lot of time in my pocket. I would not carry this for the rest of my life. This would not be the rest of my life knife. This knife is a nice knife, don't get me wrong, and I have carried it quite a bit. It's not really some concerns I have. One being, it is carbon steel 195, so it's freaking strong, but anytime there's weaknesses in the knife, I do get a little bit concerned. This would be off the list. And I know a bunch of you are saying right now, well, there is no perfect knife, and that is true. This is just the knife that I would carry. So, you happy? Okay, good. Anyways, this knife is the very first knife I've carried. This is the Buck Knife Ice Climber. I would not carry this knife for the rest of my life, mainly because I'm not a fan of fold-up knife or flip-up knives. Its lock is pretty good. It's a okay knife, but for in survival scenario, I would not carry this knife. It's just not for me. I would much rather have this than no knife at all, but I would not carry this knife because of that reason. All right, the Buck 110. Love this knife. Such a nice knife. I would definitely literally the only reason why this would not be my pick, and I know people are gonna be freaking out in the comments. Anyways, the only reason why I would not carry this knife for the rest of my life is because I don't like the two-handed opening. Now, I've heard some people say, oh, you can flip it open with one hand, this and the other. Yes, I've tried it. It is, in my opinion, kind of dumb to do with a knife. My opinion, okay? This would be my everyday carry if I can get one with the automatic switch, but here in Canada at the moment it is illegal because they don't, I won't go into that, but it is illegal to have an automatic knife at this point. So until the laws change, this knife will not be my EDC. And when that law changes, I will be carrying this knife for the rest of my life because I love this knife so much. And I'm not a fan of flip-up knives, so that tells you a lot. Like, this thing is just built for work. Next up, Condor Mini Bush Lore. Really nice knife. I carried this particular one at 4 o'clock on the hip every day for so long. It's just a good feel in the hand. It looks amazing. I love the smell of this thing. I'm like that weird guy who goes around just smelling people's knives. I don't know. Anyways, really nice knife. Probably the only reason why I won't carry this is because of how thick it is. And, I don't know, they can do most tasks. There's some very particular things I want to do with a knife that I don't think this can accomplish. So because of that, I don't think this would be the knife I would carry for the rest of my life. My current EDC knife at the moment is the Condor Mini Bush Lore Modified, rather. This knife, I modified myself to be a lot slimmer in the pocket. Feels really good, but it wouldn't be the same thing as the other one. It would not be my EDC, one knife for life kind of thing. It's great to hide in the pocket, and it's great on most tasks, but I want something a little bit bigger that can do small tasks and large tasks relatively easy. So I would not consider that. I would not consider this knife be able to do some of those tasks. Yeah. All right. The two knives left are these two right here. We'll start with this. This is the Buck Knife 119 Special Edition 75th year anniversary. I used this knife for a long time, and I carried it for, I believe, over a year. Super nice knife. It's a Bowie, super cool to carry. You can get do nice fine work or crazy big work. The only reason, well, a couple reasons why I wouldn't carry this thing. Number one is batoning with this style of a knife. I can't remember, I think it's a Bowie style, is not the best on the knife. It's just how the grind is, or how this blade is shaped. It's not the best for it. Also, this is not a full tane. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It should be, the name will be somewhere up here, where the tane kind of, shortens out here and goes at the very back here, but it's not a full tane knife. It's also quite heavy. This is a very heavy knife, and when carrying it, it's just, you always know it's there, right? Which, carrying big knives, that's typically the case, but I found one knife that I would carry and just forget it's there, but yet it is a big knife, and that is, alright, sorry about that, the camera just died. So the one knife I would carry for the rest of my life would be this knife right here. This is the Condor bush lore. The reason why I would carry this knife is because it is not a crazy big size, and it is just, this knife saved my life, which is crazy. This knife, when we were winter camping, in one of our videos we were doing, we had an axe, and the axe broke in half, and we needed to cut wood like crazy, or else we were gonna freeze to death. We didn't come all that prepared, so I had this knife with me, and I chopped wood with it. It's called batoning. It's really cool. Anyways, this knife I would carry. It is big, yes. Is it hard to carry? Somewhat, but I would probably carry it scout, and I think I would do all right with this knife. So that is basically it. This would be the knife that I would carry every day if I can only have one knife. Yeah, and if you don't like that, well, I guess it's your problem. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one. If you have any questions, please let me know. All these knives will be linked in the description below. And yeah, have a good one.